Do you know something I really don't like as a Manchester United fan? When I enjoy watching a Liverpool player play, or even a City player, or even an Arsenal player, they're the three clubs that I dislike the most as a Man United fan. And it hurts actually seeing Szoboszlai play for Liverpool and how good he is. I hate the fact that I am watching this guy play and be like, wow, he's brilliant. I like watching this guy play. I like this player. Why do I like a Liverpool player? Why do I like Rodri? Why do I like De Bruyne? Why do I like Szoboszlai now? Because he is good. And I don't like that. I don't like that because he's not just been good, he has been an absolute joke. He's been brilliant for Liverpool. And I wanted to talk about him. Obviously, he scored an absolutely banging goal versus Leicester. I would show you the goal, but I will get in trouble with copyright or something. But obviously, he came on a little bit versus Leicester, 25 minutes, 17 touches, 6 passes, 2 interceptions, 2 shots, 1 goal, 0.09 XG. It was an absolute fantastic goal. And I want to talk about Szoboszlai, what he adds to Liverpool, because it's not just his ball striking ability. I did a video on Szoboszlai, I think back in July when Liverpool signed him, and I said, look, I'm not going to act like I watch this guy week in, week out. I'm not going to act like I watch a load of the Bundesliga. But I said in that video I made 2 months ago, I'll tell you one thing about Szoboszlai, he can hit the ball. Ball striking, generally, might be one of the best I've ever seen. And that is something that Liverpool have needed. Now, it's not just his ability to score goals. This guy has been brilliant. He's been playing in a deeper role as well, which I don't think is his preferred position. I was like a little bit worried when Liverpool signed Szoboszlai because I was like, oh, if they don't get a DM signing, maybe the balance will act with Szoboszlai and McAllister being natural eights. And I was like, I think Szoboszlai is good, but if Liverpool don't sign a six, they could be in trouble, la-di-da. No, they aren't in trouble. They look even better with this new technical midfield refresh. But Szoboszlai's been great for Liverpool because he has the IQ, he has the technical abilities, he has the ability to work rate off the ball, which I think is something so important in Premier League midfield. But his ball carrying ability, I think, is top tier. Not just his ball striking, his ability to carry the ball, move the ball forward, break the phases of play have been absolutely brilliant as well. And there's one thing I should recommend you guys check out in a second as well, was I saw this analysis on him versus Wolves, speaking about how he did this deeper role, and how Szoboszlai was really good against Wolves, and maybe I'll cover a little bit of that in a second. But I want to quickly give my thoughts on Szoboszlai compared to Henderson. Compared to Keita, this is an upgrade. Now, Keita was injury prone, but they've gone from Keita to Szoboszlai. That's an upgrade. They've gone from Henderson to Szoboszlai because he's more so doing that Henderson role. What an upgrade. What an upgrade. And what Liverpool have massively missed recently is goals from the midfield. They've massively missed that. Henderson didn't score many goals. Keita was injured half the time. They didn't get that many goals from midfield, and Szoboszlai looks like a guy that's going to be a threat. He scored 2 absolute screamers from midfield. I think once Liverpool get maybe even a DM next summer to add that more balance, so Szoboszlai is more an 8/10, more free role, he'd score even more goals. I think he's been brilliant. Like, we're 8 games into the season, this guy's scored screamers. But as I said, it's his work rate, his intelligence off the ball, his ability to make runs, his ability to carry the ball, play the ball through, which is what makes me think that he's been an absolutely fantastic signing for Liverpool as well. It's honestly from Henderson to Szoboszlai is crazy. It's a massive upgrade right now, and I want to talk about him because look, his right foot is insane. He's good with his weak foot. His work rate is perfect. He's creative. He's a good passer. He's fast. I think he's got the 3rd fastest speed clock this season already as well. Like, what can't he do? And I saw a stat on Szoboszlai, and in the opening 5 games of the season, he in the Premier League, he contested 50 duels. Just to put that into context, that was more than 30 more. That was 30 more than Jordan Henderson managed at the same stage. In 5 games, Jordan Henderson did 20 duels. Szoboszlai did 50. He's added that new energy to the Liverpool midfield where they look more dynamic and all of that as well. And the way that he's fitted in at Liverpool so quickly has really surprised me. He just passes the ball, he carries the ball, he picks up the ball so well, he gets the ball off the defenders. He's more playing in that sort of dual pivot right now for Liverpool rather than this advanced 8 role, which is where he thrives. And I don't think he's playing in his best position so far. And he's obviously mixed around positions, let's be honest. He's played a bit of everywhere. But he was putting, his ability to pick the ball up, carry the ball up the pitch, play the ball up the pitch is really helping Liverpool in the 2nd phase of the pitch, 3rd phase of the pitch, and build up, helping control the game, get balls to the attackers. But he also puts in huge shifts out of possession. So sometimes it's like, oh, he's doing the job of many people. And I've been speaking a lot about Man United on my main channel because I am a Manchester United fan, and I was saying the big problem at Manchester United was we are lacking energy in midfield. I said we massively lack energy in midfield. Like our players can't keep up with the tempo. Spurs, Bayern, Brighton ran the Man United midfield off the pitch. You know, Eriksen just cannot cover that ground off the ball, either could Casemiro. And then Man United brought in their 20-year-old Hannibal Mejbri into the midfield, who ran 12.9 kilometres in a game, which is more than any other Man United manager, more than any other Man United player has managed in the last 5 years. And all of a sudden, Man United look better in midfield. And people don't realise, and this is going back to Szoboszlai here, that work rate off the ball, the ability to cover ground, press, do the job off the ball is one of the most attributes from football. I like Rashford, but off the ball doesn't do his job, you know, and that frustrates me. Eriksen tries to do the job off the ball, but he's just not fit. He cannot cover that ground. And then Hannibal Mejbri came in for Eriksen, who I don't think, you know, is a young player, but his ability to cover the ground made United so much better. And I think people don't realise, like, Szoboszlai's ability to do this is absolutely brilliant. And I want to show you his 3 best stats. His 3 best stats for me are ball carrying, his striking the ball, and work rate. And I saw this here, was this a graph versus Wolves, and this is ball progression, which is passing the ball and carrying the ball. Obviously, Matip is a centre-back. For a midfielder to be that far ahead of everyone for things like ball progression is absolutely insane. And when we spoke about Szoboszlai, because obviously he's only 6-7 games in at Liverpool, when we spoke about Szoboszlai, we said, look, this is a technical player. This is a player that can play as an 8, can play as a 10. He's even played in wide positions. He's incredibly versatile. I think the best players are versatile. This is a player that is 22 years of age as well and can only get better at age 22. But what Szoboszlai is known for being good at, and what he's been brilliant at, is his ability in build-up, as mentioned earlier. He can spot his teammates. He's got that vision. He can spot his teammates early, and he can break lines with these long, versatile passes. Not only can he carry the ball, not only does he have the work rate, the ball striking ability, but he can spot movement early, he can break the lines with passes. And in the way of football now, the way you want to play, you need players that are comfortable in possession. You need players that can break the lines, that can literally help in build-up play. And Szoboszlai is brilliant at this. He can do lofted passes, he can do through balls. Everything he does, the way he distributes the ball, is absolutely fantastic. And I think that's such an underrated attribute. He's a goal threat. He's good in build-up. He's versatile. He's 22. He's good. He's only going to get better and better and better. And this was a player that I thought was a good signing for Liverpool. When Liverpool signed him, I said, look, this is going to be a good signing. I said, even though I don't know loads about him, I know that he can strike the ball. I know that he's a Leipzig Salzburg player. At 19 years of age, was the best player in the Australian Bundesliga. I knew that he was good because I think, I believe it was the manager of Leipzig at the time said that Liverpool have got themselves an absolute bargain or something as well. I can't remember 100% what he said, but they said that it's unfair that Szoboszlai went for this amount. Like, he was rated really, really highly. And obviously, you know, everyone at Liverpool I've heard has been super impressed with him, because when Szoboszlai's come in, he's come in with this kind of attitude of working really hard. And I'm going to show you a quote that Klopp has said here on Szoboszlai. He said that with Szoboszlai, and I'll zoom in on that for you here. He said, since the first minute he was in training, he was impressive. He's a top player, top guy, confident boy. He works super hard on the ball, and that's also impressive. You know, he's come in, he scores goals. He scores those Coutinho-like goals that Liverpool haven't seen since Coutinho left. He's versatile. He's playing out of position. Going back to my point, I thought, you know, because Liverpool hadn't brought that top DM in with Caicedo and Lavia not going their way, and I was like, Endo's more of a Milner replacement. I didn't think he was like a long-term DM. I think he's more of a Milner replacement. I was like, oh, I don't know where the balance is going to be. You know, Gravenberch, McAllister, and Szoboszlai, great players, but they're all 8s. I was like, I don't know where the balance is going to be. But no, he's been really good. And I think when Liverpool get that DM, he's going to be even better. And it makes up for them not signing Bellingham. I know Liverpool fans were crushed when they didn't sign Bellingham, but this guy has been brilliant to watch. He's really good on set pieces, which I don't think we've seen too much of yet. But when Liverpool signed him, I said, look, watch this guy on set pieces. I said this. He's also really dangerous in the penalty area. He's very good at timing runs, which again, I think because he's not been playing as far forward just yet, you haven't seen as much as Liverpool. But what he'll do, I think, more is make those runs on the edge of the box. And I think you'll start to see him score a few goals. And I think he'll almost be used as a more 8/10 once Liverpool have kind of, I think Endo's good 100%, but I think, you know, Liverpool wanted Caicedo, they wanted Lavia. I think, you know, later in his Liverpool career, he'll be deployed in more of a De Bruyne kind of role, and we'll see him coming on the edge of the box and scoring more goals. But he's been fantastic. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. He's a proper 8 for me. He's a real proper 8 for me. He's enjoyable to watch. He's good to watch. He's full of energy. He's chasing the ball everywhere, putting in a shift. To have a player that is good that is young, that is technical. And this is why I don't like that Liverpool signed him, because I'm watching him 8 games in and I was like, it's a good signing, but I'm not sure if it's going to work with the midfield balance. I've been completely wrong. They found a way to make this midfield balance work, Liverpool. And I see a player that's good out of possession. He's doing everything he wants out of possession. I see a player that's technically gifted, can carry the ball, can progress the ball, can do all these things. He's got the right attitude. He's got the right work rate, which is something we need at Manchester United. Oh my God. I see ability on the ball and I'm like, wow, he can even play wide. He's also, a lot of people didn't realize this, but he's the captain of Hungary. He's known for being very, at 22 years of age, he's known for being very elite in his mentality, a real leader and all of that as well. Versatile leader, good off the ball, good on the ball, and he's at Liverpool. And I just wanted to do a video on Szoboszlai, and I haven't really done any notes for this, so this could be a really unorganized video. So hopefully I'm not repetitive, and hopefully I'm not just blabbering shit, but I just wanted to talk about Szoboszlai mostly off the top of my head and then get a few things up. Bit of a really rough video, but he's really impressed me, and let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching. Bye.